Did you know the second most popular superstition in the United States is that it is believed to be bad luck for the bride to see the groom before the wedding, or vice versa?
That one always confused me.
Oh, really? How come?
If they aren't supposed to see each other before the wedding, how are they supposed to date and get to know each other? Or should it all be like old times, where it was all just arranged marriages?
No, it's only for the day of the wedding, not the entire relationship.
Oh, that's a relief. It's been hard trying to set you up with an arranged marriage.
What?
What? So, you said second most popular. What's the first?
Do you want to take a guess?
I would say breaking a mirror. 7 years of bad luck, that's doing some hard time.
It's actually finding a penny on Heads Up. More than a third of Americans actually believe it.
That is pretty lucky. I wish we had luck. Do you remember the Oreo?
I try not to. According to family legend, my first word was Oreo, and my love for the cookie hasn't ever changed. And one time, when I was a child, I even won a contest from Oreo. Well, almost. And really, that's how amazing my luck is. When I win, I still pretty much lose. It was back when I was 6 or 7, maybe even 8, when Nabisco, the creator of Oreos, was having a contest. If you found a dollar sign on the cookie, you won money. Now, that was 20 plus years ago. I don't remember the exact amount. I know there was a 2, a 0, and a comma. I don't know how many zeros there were or any other numbers. So I'm going to say 2,000. And $2,000 is a lot of money for an 8-year-old. Do you know how many toys I could buy? So, it was a Sunday evening. We just finished eating our family dinner, and I was sitting in the corner eating cookies that my grandma had purchased. She always had Oreos for me. I pulled out an Oreo, and as I was about to twist it apart, I saw it. The dollar sign. I had won. I jumped up all happy, shouting with glee that I actually won something. I jumped down, excited that I finally won something. Needless to say, I was still pretty bitter about that goat. I lost my first tooth to a goat. I showed my parents and my grandparents, and everyone was excited. Nobody in our family wins anything. When my grandmother asked, "How old is the contest? Is it still running?" Well, that worried me. I didn't even think about that. So I grabbed the package, and sure enough, the contest was over by 6 months. I felt defeated. Even so close to winning, I lost. My dad gave me back the Oreo while they talked about maybe it's worth a shot. Maybe they can call Nabisco in the morning. And so they asked for the cookie back. And do you know what I had done? I ate the cookie. I ate the winning cookie. So now I had no proof of ever having it. Way to go, Tara.
If it isn't for bad luck, we wouldn't have luck at all.
As I said, just my luck. Well, lore lovers, I have a tale to tell you today. And a couple, actually. And much like gnomes, this won't be my only video on luck. Luck has been around as long as the gods have been, if not longer. And telling all about it could fill hours worth of content. Each culture in every region across the entire world has different standards for what is luck and what is bad luck. Nowadays we call it superstition, but to some, and even ancient civilizations, this was their way of life. And what is luck? Is it even real? Sir Ben Kingsley said in the Lucky Number 11, one of my favorite quotes about luck, "You're unlucky so that I may know that I am not." Unfortunately, the lucky never realize their luck until it is too late. Take yourself, for instance. Yesterday you were better off than you were today, but it took today for you to realize it. And you know, he's right. Most don't consider how lucky they are until they have a bad day. And luck permeates everywhere, even if you don't believe it. Athletes have their rituals and even their fans, such as not washing a jersey that day, staying standing while they're about to get into a field goal range, or even eating a certain food or not doing certain activities before a big game. There are trinkets to help boost luck and talismans to give bad luck. If luck isn't real, the human collective has pushed it as far as it can go between fantasy and reality. And if luck is real, is there a way to harness it? I don't know anyone who would prefer to not be lucky. And for the greedy people out there, it would be an amazing business to capitalize on. But I am in no way, shape, or form equipped to tell you if luck is real or not. But I can tell you about the talismans that we consider to be lucky. So, in my first video about luck, I want to talk about these seemingly mundane items here in the United States that we consider lucky. And this is by far not all of them. Every region, as I mentioned, has lucky objects. There's well over 1,000 in North America alone. First off is my lucky number, the number 7. I always considered it to be my lucky number, and I had no idea why. To several, the number 3 is lucky, like Lady Luck. But the majority of Americans think the number 7 is lucky. I was surprised to find out I was in the majority. That rarely happens. But I was even more surprised to find out why it's considered lucky. It originates to the Old Testament, when God made everything. He took 6 days to make it, and on the 7th day he rested. And because of that, the number 7 is considered perfect or complete. And that is why it's lucky.
I always liked the number 4.
In China, that's very bad luck. No wonder you're stuck with me. But I'll cover that in another video. Another common item that is lucky is the horseshoe. I found this interesting because depending on where you're at, it could mean the exact opposite of what you're trying to achieve. In some places, hanging the horseshoe upright is considered good luck, as the horseshoe fills with the good luck and keeping the bad luck out. Tilting it or knocking it over spills all your good luck and you're filled with bad luck instead. However, in other regions, you want to hang the horseshoe upside down so the bad luck bounces off the horseshoe.
So, before decorating, you should always contact your local luck shaman or something.
And the next is the rabbit's foot.
How is that lucky? If it were lucky, the rabbit would have never been caught.
I was confused on this for the exact same reason. You would think the luckier the rabbit, the less likely you are to own one of their feet. However, the history on this was fascinating. It dates back thousands of years, one of our oldest known good luck charms in Western Europe. Originally, it was the foot of a hare that was considered lucky. However, over time, it intermingled with the rabbit, and now any sort of rabbit is considered lucky. But back then, it was believed that the foot of the rabbit was imbued with magic. One Celtic tribe even believed that they descended from hares and worshipped them. And to them, carrying any part of the rabbit or hare was good luck. This was also because rabbits spent so much time underground, they communicated with gods and spirits. So, having a piece of the rabbit meant your prayers were more likely to be answered. The luckiest part of the rabbit is the foot. It represented good fortune, increased virility or fertility, and a bountiful harvest. And in the 16th century, it was even believed that the rabbit's foot could ward off pain and aches in the body. But its popularity and attraction didn't end there. As Europeans came and colonized North America, it mixed with hoodoo magic from the slaves as they brought over. And now it became even more complicated. It was the back left foot that was the most lucky on a rabbit. And if you wanted to be even luckier, the back left foot of the rabbit had to have come from a rabbit that was killed in a cemetery at midnight. However, luck is all about balance. If you lost a rabbit's foot, you would be cursed with bad luck for as long as you owned the rabbit's foot. Nowadays, the rabbit's foot you may be carrying for luck isn't rabbit at all, but made in a factory with synthetic materials. As I mentioned, there's over 1,000 lucky charms in America alone. I can't cover them all, but the last one I want to talk about is the wishbone. We all have that memory with a wishbone, pulling on it, hoping your wish would come true. But where did this come from? Growing up, I just thought it was an old wives' tale, something families did just in a much simpler time. And boy, was I wrong. You've heard about the Romans, right? Well, this predates them. It started with the Etruscans. For those wondering, the Etruscans was ancient Italy before Rome. And they believed that birds, especially chickens, had the divine power to tell the future. After slaughtering the chicken, the Etruscans would leave the furcula out to dry it in hopes to wield its power. Once dry, the villagers would stroke and rub the bone, making a wish. Hence the nickname for it, the wishbone. And this practice the Romans adopted. And while conquering the English, spread this strange practice to them. From there, several hundred years later, the Pilgrims came to North America. With turkeys being in such an abundance, the wishbone became synonymous with turkeys instead of chickens. The most common practice is that once the wishbone is dry, two people grab either end and wrap their pinky around it and pull. Each party wishes, and whoever breaks the bone and has the bigger piece wins and gets their wish granted. However, it hasn't always been like this. At one point in the 17th century, only one person held it, balancing it on their nose and shaking it off, making a wish. In another form of this, once the bone has been broken, the winner takes each half into either hand, and the loser must choose which hand the bigger piece is in. If the loser picks the hand with the bigger piece, his wish is granted instead. What's interesting is that this bone has two purposes. Holding it, it is said this bone is promised to give you good luck. However, breaking it is when your wish would come true. And that's why wishbones are common in bracelets and other forms of jewelry. And this isn't even scratching the surface. We didn't even mention black cats, breaking mirrors, walking under ladders, pinky promises, and other strange lucky charms and rituals. We have so much to cover, but I hope this sates your curiosity for luck in the meantime. And, fun fact, if you hit the like and subscribe button, you're granted good luck. And hitting that bell notification icon is even more luck. And then commenting down below, oh, let me tell you, even more luck. So if you want even more luck by doing the simplest things, do those things.
I feel like that's a trick.
Do you really want to risk the chance of giving up on easy good luck? Until next time, lore lovers, may you always have luck and keep the bad omens at bay.
We didn't even talk about omens! Now I'm stressing. What omens?